So first let's understand the basic terms: remainder, quotient, divisor, and dividend, right? Once we get a good understanding of this, we can actually get into applications and to solve the problems. So first, let's look at a number like 33, right? And I'm dividing that by, let's say, 12, right? So what we do generally, like, the one that's closest is 12 2s are 24, right? And what do we get as the remainder? That's basically the 9, right? So the 33 minus 24 is 9, and further you can't divide because 12, the 9 is smaller than 12, so we stop it here, right? So if I write it technically, 33 is basically 12 into this part, right, plus this part, it's 9. So 12 2s are 24 and plus 9 is 33. That is what this is, right? So this is fundamentally called as dividend, right? And this is what I'm dividing with, right? So this is called divisor, and what I multiply or what I get here is called quotient, and the leftover is fundamentally the remainder, right? So if you're already very good with answering the questions like what would be the remainder when 23 is divided by 5 and 70, like let's say 74 is divided by 7, so that's good. Like the remainder in this case would be 3, 5 4s are 20, so the left out is 3, 7 10s are 70, and the left out is 4. That's a basic understanding that you should have to actually be able to solve the questions on reminders. If you're good, then go ahead. If not, I would definitely ask you to practice to get a grasp of finding the reminders. So how do we find reminders for complex numbers, right? So what do I mean by complex? As in, let's first understand this. So what is the remainder when 12 is divided by 5? The remainder is 2. 5 2s are 10. So okay, you might confuse. So let's do 13 divided by 5. 5 2s are 10. So the remainder is basically 3, right? 10 minus 13 minus 10 is basically 3. So the remainder is 3. But if I ask you what is the remainder when 13 and 14 is 13 into 14 is divided by 5, right? So one way you do is like, find what is 13 14s, right? So that would be 182, and then you try to divide by 5. So the remainder is 5. Let's say 530s and 534s is 180, 36 or 180. So I would have 2 as the remainder, right? 36 5s are 180. So the left out is 2. So I can say it. Okay, you still can do it. What about if I ask you something like 13 into 14 into 15 is divided by 5, right? Maybe you can find this is 182 and then multiply with 15 and then find something and then divide by 5. So this will take you a lot of time, right? What if the question is asking 12 into 13 into 14 into 15, right? So that's where we actually can handle in a slightly easier way by actually looking at them independently, right? So let's, to get an understanding of it, let me take an example of just 13 into 14, right? So I will do 13 as 10 plus 3 into 10 plus 4. The reason why I took as 10 is that's the closest multiple for 5. Right now I'll just do the cross multiplication. So it's 10 into 10 plus 10 into 4 plus 3 into 10 plus 3 into 4. Right? So if I calculate all of this, I would definitely get 182. So that's like, I'm just breaking it down. Why am I doing it? You'll get an understanding of it. So if I'm talking about divisible by 5, right? So that's why I've divided by 5. So further, I'll just simplify it. So as you know, if it's 3 plus 2 is divided by 2, I can write it as 3 by 2 plus 2 by 2. It's fundamentally the same. So something similar. So I do 10 into 10 by 5 plus 10 into 4 by 5 plus 3 into 10 by 5 plus 3 into 4 by 5. See, this is divisible by 5. This is also divisible by 5 and this is also divisible by 5. So all of this would give me a remainder of 0. What is that I'm getting here? 3 4s are 12 by 5. So the remainder is 5 2s are 10. So I'll have a remainder of 2. All of this would give me 0 and 0 and 0. So that's fundamentally what the remainder I got here, right? So to not spend our time on all doing all of this, what did we do actually? So what is the remainder when 13 is divided by 5? The remainder is 3. 5 2s are 10. So 3, which is what I've written here, right? And what is the remainder when 14 is divided by 5? The remainder is 4, which is what I've written here. And why? That's why we got 3 into 4 as the left out, which is finally deciding what the remainder is. So any question you see like 13 into 14 divided by 5, I can simply try to find the remainder of 13 and 14. This is 3 and this is 4. So that's 12. 12 divided by 5, the remainder is 2. So that's the answer, right? So that's how you can actually find the reminders for the complex numbers, like any big multiplication or anything you see. So you break it, find the individual reminders, and then again multiply and add and do the relevant thing, right? So let's now try to solve few problems. So the concepts are covered. So if you have any doubt, you can play them back and again look at them. That should clarify your doubts. If not, we'll still help you out. Let's solve these problems, and these should actually help you clarify any doubts if you have. Right, first find the remainder when 34 it's plus 63 plus 72 plus 81 minus 23. So technically we haven't discussed this, it's the same principle. So 34 plus 63 plus 72 plus 81 minus 23 divided by 9 is basically same as by 9 minus 23 by 9. I've just broken them, right? So what will be the remainder when 34 is divided by 9? So I know it's 9 4 the 36. So I can also use a negative remainder concept of minus 2, or I can write it as plus 7 completely. 9 3 is 27, so remainder is 7. 9 7 is 63, so the remainder is 0. Right, 9 8 is 72, again the remainder is 0. 9 9 is 81, it's again 0. And this one, it's minus 23, right? So let's try to do what would be the closest one. So 23 minus 23 divided by 9. So what can I get? 9 3s are 27, or rather 9 2s are 18. So my remainder is minus 5, because 9 into minus 2 is basically minus 18, and the difference of minus 23 and minus 18 is minus 5. So I'll write it like that, right? So minus 2 minus 5, I'll get it as minus 7. So as I said, I can't have the remainder as minus 7. So what will I do? I'll do 9 minus 7 is equals to 2 is the remainder. And otherwise, let me do this. 7 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0. I'll again get minus 5. Same thing, right? Which is fundamentally 7 minus 5 is also 2 is the remainder. Right, to just give an understanding, so let's add everything and just check it, right? So it's basically 34 plus 63 is 97. 97 plus 72 is 169. 169 plus 81 is 170. 250. 250 minus 23 is 250 minus 23 would come as 227. Right? When I divide it by 9, 9 2s are 18. 47. Right? 9 5s are 45. So the remainder is 247 minus 5. So that's what we have got in both the ways. Right? The next one is, rather than plus, it's multiplying. So it's asking me 33 into 43 into 56 divided by 8. What will be the remainder for 33? 8 4s are 32. So it's one more than 32. So the remainder is 1. This one, 8 5s are 40. So the remainder is 3. This one is basically 8 7s are 56. Right? Sorry, yeah. 8 7s are 56. So the remainder is 0. Right, so it's 1 into 3 into 0, anything multiplied with 0 is 0, so the remainder for the whole thing is 0. Even this can happen. Doesn't matter that because I've got here 1 into 3, the remainder would not be a non-zero, even if I have 1 0, right? So technically it is a divisible by 8, so that's why the remainder is 0 for this.